But strangely enough, there is left in the world today an area as big as the United States
that's never been seen by a human being.
The best is yet to come.
When it blew up, it was a form of trauma-based mind control that, some people will never grow out of. Then the emotions kick in and you're unable to think logically about what's going on.
Houston, we have a problem.
We destroyed that technology.
People should not be walking around with masks.
That stuff is flat.
There's your flu
last year.
Here's your flu this year.
Literally
All
even
right,
exist.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hibbeler Effect. And as you just saw, it's Dave Weiss on the show. Yeah, we got Dave Weiss, guys. You guys loved him in Level with me. I know you loved him in the next level. David Weiss, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on, brother.
John, always a pleasure, man. What's going on?
Hell yeah. Hope all is well with you, man. When I came out there to film, we had a good time. We had some good ideas. And for my audience, Dave has a really strong bit on Kiribati. As you guys know, I'm sure if you guys watch Dave Weiss, you know his Kiribati bit. I did not have time, unfortunately, to put that in the film. I was just running out of time. And to start a new topic would have took me weeks and weeks, and I couldn't do it. But on this version, especially the YouTube version, where we can't talk about schools or anything on this fucking platform, we're going to talk about some Kiribati in the beginning here, because for all the people that are supporting me and going to rent the film and watching it with their family and the emails I'm getting, this is an important part of it. I do want to cover it next year, but I want to go over it now, Dave, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it's a great topic, and there's so many, the hive mind. People say, the hive mind. The hive mind is great. There's so many people looking at this. People are sending me stuff. I found out about the time zone, right? Yeah. Right, the crazy time zone, and Kiribati is, I call that the most suspicious place. Okay,
it really
fascinating.
Is.
I can't quite figure out what you're doing.
For those that are confused right now, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's going to be broken down what you're looking at and what Kiribati is, okay? I will go over the basics of it just audio-wise so people can hear this. Kiribati is a sandbar in the middle of nowhere. You never heard of it. You don't know what it is, why it's there. But Dave, for me, it looks like Dave is cracking some big code here with this location. Let's pull it up.
So this is it. I got a pin on it. It's literally a sandbar, and you just zoom in on it, and it's a sandbar, right? And most of this, all of this, and it's a suspicious looking sandbar too. A lot of people are making it looks like a big penis, but there's so much of that with NASA that you can't just ignore it.
Yeah,
but
you really can't.
Somebody emailed me, said they were there. They went to Kiribati, and there's actually several islands in that area that are all part of the Kiribati Republic or whatever they call it.
Oh, wow.
And somebody said to me, like, where, we talked about the giant ship that was going there. They're like, there's no place for it to dock. Well, I zoomed around their shoreline, and hidden under a big cloud, you got to go back in time on Google Earth. And there's a massive pier. There's a massive pier with like a highway running to it.
Now, again, those are confused here. What does this have to do with flat Earth? What does this have to do with what does it have to do with anything? It's just an island on water, Dave, right? That's all it is.
It's an island on water, but the whole thing was, here's this map we've all seen, and it just shows an idea of other continents outside of our known world. Okay, right. Hey, this has a lot of ringing of truth to me. Is it an accurate map? I don't know. Right?
Be nice to go find out. Be nice to go check, right?
Sean, you and I are on the same page. You and I would bet huge odds there's more land, and probably with more
dude, that's not even 99.9 anymore, dude. It's 100, yeah.
But
for sure,
we want the right to go explore. Okay, right. It's like it. There's no doubt in my mind, right? So, the thing that happened, for those of you that are have seen me talk about this, there's you can go to a website that have shipping calculator, it's shipping trackers, world cargo ship trackers, and they saw if you go on the paid ones, you could find their ships like 200, 300, 400, 500 miles inside of the shoreline of Antarctica. So
how the fuck did they get there?
How did they get there? Now, the only logical globe explanation is, well, global warming. They sailed in, and then the winter came, and they got frozen in space. Okay.
I've never heard that one yet.
If you're a glober, you can make up anything you want. Okay.
I guess so. Global warming.
So, yeah. So and then not NASA, the United States, China, a whole bunch of countries are always talking about Kiribati as being a very important trade route. Now, you saw where it was in the middle of nowhere. It's a little island. Why would a ship transporting goods need to stop there? Why? Are you going to get fuel there? Where are they going to get the fuel? You can maybe pick up some pineapples, but maybe that's it. There's not much growing land there. It's a beach. Okay, it's a coral beach. What if there is an important trade route out here? That makes sense. What are they trading? Well, maybe they're trading technology, computer chips. We get computer chips that come out of thin air. All of a sudden, they do crazy stuff. Maybe we're getting technology. Maybe we're getting weapons. Maybe we're getting tuna fish.
Maybe this is a part of the Grenada Treaty with Eisenhower. I mean, we got to look. Yeah. We got to think big sometimes too, because obviously, if you research the Grenada Treaty, you could speculate what's going on with the treaty, but it looks like Eisenhower signed a deal with some other kind of people far away. Maybe a deal saying, you guys can't come in, we can't come in there, but we're going to exchange stuff. And this might be one of the main sources of where they exchange stuff, Dave. Like, I'm being honest now, like this could be for real.
It makes perfect sense. It's a distinct possibility. And how would you know? That's my big thing. How would you know? You never even heard of Kiribati until you heard me say it.
And most people haven't even heard about the Grenada Treaty or the speculation around it. No idea.
And maybe they're trading, where are all those children that go missing every year? Horrible thing to think about. But, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, when you look at if you look back in the Tatarian research, if you want to call it that, our lied history, we have the orphan trains. Where did they come from? Exactly. Maybe they're all being raised out here, and maybe they're willingly sending all these orphans in there because this is a training school, right? And like, if you were of a higher vibration, experienced, graduated soul living out here, and they say, hey, it's time to bring forth some souls and send them into the training school, maybe it's a great honor. Maybe be like, wow, I'm going to send in, and this is a higher vibrating realm. Again, speculating, do not know.
Little do they know that they're going into the lowest vibrational realm in all of the world right now.
maybe Sean, think about this. We've graduated, we're old souls, we're having a great old time, we're in paradise, right? And we realize that time and space are all an illusion and everything. It's like, hey, you want to go to this Earth amusement park? It's crazy there. They do all sorts of stuff.
They're spraying aluminum in the sky. Makes sense.
And I say, John, let's go, but let's go with amnesia. So we have no idea what we're walking into. I think that would be an amazing experience. So yeah, I volunteer. Oh, I'm already here. Look at that.
You're already here. So, who knows how we got here? How our family got? Who knows actually how all of our family tree or whatever, what do you call it? The ancestry, basically, yeah. Who knows how your family even got to this country, let alone this part of the pond? I mean, we don't know. It's speculation.
I know my parents and my grandparents, and I know the name of my father's mother's father. I don't know the name of his wife, and I don't know anything beyond that. Okay.
And that's crazy too that you say that. I'm glad you brought that up because, even in 5th grade, I don't know when it was, 6th grade, 7th grade, we had to do this family tree stuff and we had to pay money to get a bunch of results and stuff. It stopped like great grandpa's mom only, not dad. Like, well, what's his mom's name? It's like, where is her family? And then her family and her family. And it's like, I looked for a while too. And I remember my own mom was like, it's really weird. We can't find this information. And it's like, maybe someone in my audience has done this and maybe did find 10 family trees down the road of information, but I'm with you. My stuff cut off too, as far as I can remember. I'd like to do that again, actually. But
Kyle from Globebusters has been doing it. And I said, hey, you want to do mine? And he's like, sure, send me. I sent him a little information I had. And literally the same day he comes back with like a photo of my deceased father that I've never seen. I'm like, wow, look at that. And he got a couple lines down and he's still working on it. It's very interesting. It's fascinating. But again, we don't know. I mean, that's That's what we know the most of that we don't know.
We don't know. And that's the thing. When people come at me with, hey, man, you guys keep talking about more land so much. And why do you keep bringing up the speculation? Talk about the science. Talk about the facts. It's like, I've been talking about the science and the facts for 8 fucking years, and nothing has changed around me. No one is protesting. No one is trying to get this treaty down. No one cares. It's just this diversion of a spherical earth and a flat earth and fighting and debates. It's like, no. Let's go check the north and the south, guys. There's no other way to even pretend to start that notion without speculation. So get the fuck out of here. You have to speculate. You have to.
Yeah.
But when there's red flags surrounding speculation, Dave, is it really speculation anymore? I mean, it kind of fades to me that it's speculation at this point with all the red flags surrounding it. It's hard. It's hard to call it speculation still, but I will.
Yeah. I mean, if you really look at it, you know, you go to the Google Earth, the one on the web, and you can measure the area of anywhere except the 2 places that you're not allowed to go physically. You try to measure Antarctica, and watch what it does. Now, if you think about how the flat Earth is set up, that shape makes sense. It's like, wait a minute, it's trying to take the exterior and put it down here.
It's a 25 billion square kilometers there in Antarctica. What did it fucking just say?
Yeah, I don't know. I
had some crazy math there, dude. That's ridiculous.
The North Pole, the only other place that happens, and bam. Okay, right? So what's going on there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Why wouldn't Google Earth just give you the normal circumference, circle it, radius, like every other part of this sphere here? It'll tell you the radius. So do you have a normal display of what it looks like to measure Texas or something so they know what it looks like? Or no? If not, I'll just explain it. Oh, there's Madagascar.
No,
okay, here it is. Here it is right here. There you go.
It just shows you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You
South
just
America.
showed Madagascar. Now you're showing, okay, good.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem. That's exactly what it should do, guys. And it doesn't do it with Antarctica or the North Pole. Now, I want to hear, I don't sound like a lot of Globers follow me on YouTube or Rockfin, but I'd still like to hear anyone's reasoning for this, why we can't measure these things. We all know that satellite photos of Antarctica are all cartoons. Satellite photos of the North Pole are all blurred or just water now. And we know the ancient maps had 4 land masses. And then even in between the ancient maps and modern maps, you still had some maps with land masses there. And at least you had maps with ice shelves and other things there. Now it's just like some empty ocean. Again, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what a red flag is to you. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, we're not allowed to go explore the South, and it's very easy how they did it. They basically, you know, they took away our entire outer world. Yep. Right, let me pull up this thing. People seeing this is a good animation that I had made.
It is a good one.
So here is, you know, our map. Just this is all world we know. But what if they just said, okay, here's a border. We're going to get rid of everything else. Okay, we got North America, a little bit of South America, Mexico. All right. And we wrap it around a globe and say, this is the whole world. There's just South America, part of it, and this is it. And you're not allowed to explore
every Rockefeller-funded educational system pushes this, and every generation is taught this. That's the issue.
And I'm a big fan of huddle theory, I call it. Just more land. Is that
the new term? Okay. All right.
That's what like we're in a pond, and the shoreline of our pond is the limit that we're not allowed to go explore the shoreline of our pond. So what if there was all of these ponds, pieces of the plane, planets, if you will, okay? And here we are. This is where we live, right? Here's our world. You cut it out, right? You wrap it around a globe, and you say, this is all there is. And guess what? You're not allowed to explore this white area. Yep. Okay, this is off limits.
And again, they make it so you go, why would I want to explore that? Look at it now. It's my point. Why would I? Who cares about it? It's freezing. Yeah.
And they show us these documentaries, these guys freezing their butts off, but the cameramen, they're fine. The cameraman and the cameras, they work fine.
And they all got back fine.
Yeah, they all got back fine. But they make it so you would never say you want to go there. They just tell you stories and stories and stories. And again, it's the same thing with Kiribati, right? Let's get back to that for a second.
Yeah, I love Kiribati, my guys, because here is this sandbar island that no one's heard of. and there's billions of dollars being put into this play. How much are they spending over there, Dave? How much is China giving them?
China gave them $11 billion or $10 billion. I forget the number, 10 or $11 billion to a sandbar. Okay.
Wow.
To a sandbar, right?
For what?
So
again, to the audience, why would they give them that much money? What is going on there?
Because it's a very important trade route.
Yeah, and they don't describe the route. You can't find that information where they're going, but these ships are ending up all the way inside of Antarctica, far, far deep past the 60th parallel. So it looks as if, again, it is speculation because they're not publicizing the exact fucking route. That's the only reason why it's speculation at this point, guys, is because they won't publicize the actual route from A to B. If they did, then we would know where they're going. But all of a sudden, it just appears over there. And when you attach it to a flat Earth map, this is exactly what it would look like. It'd go, wait, there's Kiribati. It's going this way. Where the fuck's it going? If you don't think there's more land, then that means it's just going in the middle of the ice to pet penguins. And they're spending $11 billion to get that done, huh? Okay.
This would be, if you wrapped it all around, in the middle of Antarctica.
Yep.
Okay. So again, people say, well, show me the ice wall. Well, I'll show you a million videos and pictures of the ice wall, but it's not a wall. It's the shoreline of Antarctica. The plateau of Antarctica is the highest plateau on Earth. Okay. That makes sense. That's what makes sense. It holds the water in, right? But I'm not so sure that plateau goes all the way around us.
I think there's openings, Dave. I've always said that. I think that there's openings that we don't know about.
If you think about it, if you want to go to Antarctica, you have to go from Santiago or from over in the Australia and New Zealand area. Okay. And maybe you're just going out to an island out here. If you landed at the center of this island, look at this island. This isn't an island. This is bigger than all of North America, Canada, Mexico combined. Okay. So if you landed there, you could believe that's Antarctica. Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Sure.
Right. So this could all be openings. Maybe it's not frozen. Again, we don't know. We want the right to explore. We want airships back.
That would be great. Yeah. We want get airships back. It'd be a done deal at that point. But again, I don't even think many people even know what airships are. That's the problem. It's like you even say airships. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go to I'm the Improbable Dreamer, all one words on Instagram. I'm the Improbable Dreamer. He's got some videos of airships in the early 1900s, late 1800s. What's going on? It's the day of worldwide travel was over 100 years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
The best travel I think we ever had. The best travel I think we've ever had in humanity was just recently. And then they want to bury all of it and act like the Wright brothers are gods. It makes no sense to me. And this is the false narrative that they do. That people just buy up the Wright brother story and the airplane technology and how cool we are in this last 100 years. You guys don't know shit about how travel was. They had all of this and more. And they were probably utilizing electrostatics even more than now, with technology back then that has been buried and hidden and kept secret. So only they can use this technology, and then we call it
the secret space program. I call it the secret outer space program. Yeah. Because that's what they're probably traveling in and out. Again, no solid claims, bet my life on it. Okay. We want the right to go explore. But here's a strike 2 or strike 7 for Kiribati being under suspicion, right? Nukes. They did tons of nuclear bomb testing. What do we know about nukes, Sean?
They're not real.
They're not real. So they're doing nukes. This is the picture that they show you, right? Oh, look at that, right?
Wow.
You know that any big explosion makes a mushroom cloud. Any explosion. One piece of dynamite in the dirt will create a smaller mushroom cloud. Bigger the explosion, the bigger the mushroom cloud.
Good point.
Right? And there's a military guy that said it was so unbelievable. He put his hands over his face. He could see the bones through his hands.
Oh no!
Like Bugs Bunny. Okay.
Oh, no.
Right. I mean, these are the articles that they're telling us, right? But look at this. This is a beautiful. Where's the nuclear waste, right? Here are all these soldiers and a nuclear bomb's going off. But if you zoom in on these soldiers, half of them aren't even looking. Sean, if you and I were humping our lap backpacks across the field and a nuclear bomb went off, do you think we'd look or run? One or the other.
I think both, but most likely running the other way. It's like these guys look like they got a good picture of 2 people, maybe 3, looking in the direction over there. The rest of the people don't give a shit. What does that tell you guys? And no matter how old these photos claim to be, Photoshop's been around for a long time. It just was called something else. I forgot the original name, but don't act like they couldn't doctor photos. They've been doing it for a long time.
Look at this beautiful white puffy cloud. This looks like water vapor cloud. It's not a nuclear bomb, right? But then, a recent article, I think this is a recent one, they're talking about the nuclear testing, and then they show you this cartoon, okay?
Yep.
This is all fear. It's so amazing how the nuclear scare really dominates many truthers who haven't looked into the nuke hoax.
Yep.
They're like, oh, this is horrible with Russia, and Ukraine. Even if it's orchestrated, it could start a nuclear war. Whenever I hear nuclear war, my whole body giggles. Every cell in my body just laughs. It laughs. Like, but if you're a believer in nuclear bombs, even if it's on in the background, even if you just see a picture or somebody mention it, every cell in your body gets stressed.
Yep.
Gets not at ease or dis-ease.
No, because they're imagining the effects of the programming of it all and how devastating the effects of it would be. But if you research the topic and you understand that they have been faking these displays of nuclear bombs to strike fear in the masses, basically, and it's worked for the most part. There's other fears of the masses they've released, what we're going to get into shortly here on Rockfin, but this is a big one, guys, because if they have to fake photos of a nuke in this area and then they secretly have trading routes going back and forth, it seems as if they were trying to build a rapport of Kiribati, stay away. We had nuclear bombs there, don't go there, and let's bury it from everyone's understanding of geography. No one let's say 99% of the world has never heard of this place. And if they do look it up, they're going to be met with these bullshit stories of, oh, there's nuclear stuff there, and it makes you, right before we go to Rockfin, Dave, explain to people the reviews on TripAdvisor, or wherever that was, before you started talking about this, because again, the rarity of the audience that's watching that doesn't know who Dave Weiss is, he's many things, but in this explanation, he goes on hundreds, if not thousands of shows. Some of them are globe channels, some of them are mixed channels, some of them are flat earth channels, but he goes and educates everyone on many, many topics better than I've ever seen anyone do. And this, the thing with Kiribati to me is that everyone's never heard of it. Once they hear about it, they have no idea what it's like. Every time you bring it up to them, they don't know what to say. And I want my audience to kind of take a look at this and look into this topic, because this could be an actual island that, in my mind, humanity can go and march towards and understand and see what's going on. This is not breaking a 60th parallel rule of their fucking bullshit treaty. This is something that we can get hundreds of boats filled with people, assassins, I hope. I got Bryce Mitchell and Joe Bauman on my boat, okay? Maybe Eddie too. But we're going to imagine going to this island and seeing all this. Imagine we see humanoids over there.
Sounds like a war. Sounds like a war.
I know, I'm just saying.
It sounds like a war.
It's still possible.
But let me, a couple people said that they've been there. Whether they're trolls or not, I couldn't tell you because, just a comment. And they said, I was there and I didn't see anything. Well, I was in Mexico this winter and my condo was literally right next door to the port where the ships come in. Okay. It's a cement wall. I couldn't tell you a single thing that's going on in there because it had barbed wire around it. There's no way I'm getting in or out of there. I couldn't tell you anything that's going on. And I was literally 50 feet from that wall where my condo was. So if you think you're going to go there, it's like, go to Kennedy Airport and tell me what you can find out on the runway. And the answer is nothing, because you're not allowed out on the runway. You're not going to get even close to it.
Correct.
Okay?
And I just reminded myself of what I brought up. The reviews of this place. Do you still have those screenshots, or can you at least talk about it? Because before Dave started educating the world on this topic, it's been many months, guys. It's not like this is brand new. He's been talking about this for a while now. And all of a sudden, I'll let you explain, Dave.
No, you go. I'm not the one that came up with those reviews. I heard someone talk about them.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, you got like, I don't know, I would say a handful of reviews before Dave started ranting about it. And it wasn't, there was a couple just, I think, random reviews. Like now you go, there's all these reviews and a lot of them are bad, right? Like don't go here or something, Dave. Is that right? Aren't some of the newer reviews a little bit off to you?
You know what? I got to look deeper into that. And,
Sure.
you know, anyone else that's willing to go on Google Earth and start looking over there and Googling stuff, you know, send it when you find something, send it our way, because that's how this whole thing works. The thing that I found most interesting is, you know, Captain Cook, the guy that tried to circumnavigate Antarctica, took him 3.5 years, went over 68,000 miles.
Yeah.
Look, the Captain Cook Hotel
wow.
on Kiribati.
Oh,
Okay. That's a coincidence that they have a ship too big for their island that goes deep inside impossible areas of Antarctica. Okay. And it's an important trade route. And there's the Captain Cook Hotel.
maybe it goes right to Rothschild Island. I don't know. We shall see.
I think they're bypassing that. I think they're going, they're not even going anywhere near
Well, that's the thing,
Rothschild
guys.
Island.
Again,
Right.
I mean, well, when someone sees Captain Cook Hotel, some people watching might be like, okay, what does that have to do with Captain Cook? Was the guy, guys, that went around the Antarctica and couldn't get in, and he chartered, what was it, over 60,000 miles. We all know in the globe,
68,000,
in the globular heliocentric impossible structure, their model, the Antarctica is a little piece on the bottom. And what do they say it actually is on the circumference of the globe? Is it like 12,000 miles or something?
No, 10 to 13.
Okay, so
let's
it's 10.
Let's give the globe. Let's give them 13. Let's say
I'll give
13.
you 15. It's 15,000 miles at the bottom of the ball going around, circumnavigating your Antarctica on the sphere. Well, why did Captain Cook chart 60,000+ miles? It's because he was going around the border of, our world oceans. He was going around the container and he couldn't get in. And I think that's the main reason why they got Admiral Byrd to get going, is because they needed to fly over and see what was going over there. And we all know what Admiral Byrd said when he got back. So again, the story's there, the facts are there. What are you showing now here?
Now, just pulling up. This is
Captain Cook. Yeah, this is Captain Cook's route. And he went around Antarctica. This is what he charted. Again, 60,000+ miles, and he couldn't go explore. I wonder why. Now, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't find an inlet then, or maybe it was a different time at that point, or maybe he didn't know that he could get in, or he didn't want to take the risk. I don't know.
You can only make up so many excuses.
Yeah.
You know, Antarctica, you can't go there visual. You can't go there physically. But tons of people go there. They work there and stuff. Yeah, you can. Like if you go to work in Antarctica, you go to one of the bases along the edge. You don't have any free time, no freedom. You can't go anywhere. And the weird questions they ask you during the interview process, like what are you, what are your religious beliefs? What are you? They ask you like a lot of stuff before they approve you to go be a plumber there or whatever. So it's fascinating. Can't go there virtually. You got ships that are way inside of Antarctica. All the satellite, we don't believe in satellites, but all of the high altitude photos, there are none of Antarctica.
No,
right?
No, not
What's going on?
authentic, because as a glober, you have to expect, if it was an authentic photo of Antarctica from this angle per se, you'd have to expect realistic photography at that point. They can't take a real photo of this ice thing and say that's all of Antarctica.
And the other thing, South America to Australia or New Zealand, it should just go like that. But no one's ever done that. Yep. And when they tried to do the first northern circumnavigation, it went from the north, Alaska, California, out here, these islands over here, up, down, Santiago. Then they went to the alleged South Pole, and then they turned around and came back, right? So we're like, all right, well, then he definitely didn't do that. Guinness Book gave him the world record for circumnavigation, right? But on a flat Earth, basically went here, turned around, he just did this path. Yep. And that's not circumnavigating a sphere. That's sailing around a lake.
Now, the only guy I'll give credit to circumnavigating Antarctica is Captain Cook at this point.
Right. Well, this wasn't even circumnavigation. This was going around the whole world. He was just trying to go around Antarctica. Slightly different, but both impossible. Okay. But what about Amelia Earhart? Well, here are all the stops that she took. And if you go clockwise, you're going west. And if you go counterclockwise, you're going east the whole way. Okay. People have a hard time with that.
Yeah, no one is going up. Take that line there and go up to Antarctica where we think Antarctica is. We kind of claim that, right? Well, go ahead on your ball and go up and pop out the other side. That's what we're saying has never happened. Everyone has gone east to west. You could do that on a flat map or a globe, guys. But no one has ever said, hey, we're in Antarctica. We're going to come around and pop up this side and then come back down to Antarctica. That's never happened, and it can't. It literally 100% can't be done, or it would have been done already. We wouldn't even be talking about it. I don't even think this map would be valid. Nothing we've ever said in the past 9 years would be valid if they've ever actually done it and proved it and documented it. It's never been done. It's never been documented. It's never been proven because it cannot be done. This is fantasy. This is reality of our world, guys. I want to get over to Rockfin, Dave, because I want to talk about some not so rated PG topics. A lot of work you've been doing in the past on different topics and how you started this whole journey. You guys, thanks for watching the Hibbeler Effect here on YouTube. Dave, if you want to plug your app real quick or tell anyone where they can find you before we go, because obviously YouTube has more viewers.
Yeah, the app, the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. You can find it at flatearthdave.com. The friend finder is really taking off. If we take a quick look,
sure.
It is.
You guys say there's that you guys think there's no flat earthers anywhere. You've mistaken. You're really mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 99,900 and what does it say? 46 or I can't see the number. It's really small. So. When the Globers say flat Earth is dying, there's no flat Earthers. There's no nonsense. We're here. We're active. We're alive. Right? We're connecting with each other. It's truly amazing,
and we're growing. The main key there is that we're growing. And guys, this is just Dave's app. Of course, I would say, and no offense to you, Dave, I'd say there's 10 times more flat Earthers out there that just don't have the app, or that
there's 100 times, 100 times more flat Earthers.
And there probably is.
And the blue dots are not even everyone that has my app. You have to log into the friend finder, and a lot of people haven't done that, right? But look, there's no flat earthers, Sean. None. There's none anywhere, right? There's so many flat earthers, right? The UK, look at this, right? They're everywhere. I'm gonna have to make the dots smaller. I'm not sure what to do, but we even have a guy at KC Station. Here he is, right there. Look at
that.
Right at KC Station, right on the shoreline of our pond.
Hope he's doing some work for us. Hopefully we get anonymous emails soon.
Yeah.
But again, even that guy, guys, even that guy who probably paid 20 grand to do a tour out there for 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, even that guy, he's not going to be able to, well, tell him to just go, you can't go past the 60th parallel. I don't care who you are, you can't go. The only way we're going to be able to go to past the 60th parallel, guys, is if humanity stepped up collectively and we all went. And I mean that literally. We all have to go, at least by the billions, or I'd say by the hundreds of millions. We all have to go. Now, if it was a CNN headline to piss you off about a cop putting a knee on someone's neck, we could probably get a couple million people to go march with us, right? But when it comes to something realistic, that's not a hoax, that's not an agenda, that really can change humanity, that really does affect every single human being, where the fuck is everyone? That's what I want to know. But anyways, guys, we're going to head over to Rockfin. Hope to see you there. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.